Hey y'all. So I'm about to do a reading on Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. Okay, so you know what? I really like Rihanna and ASAP together. I remember before they was together, it was a Vogue interview that they did. And I remember, see, I have my Facebook deactivated, but I still have the account. So one day I might log back on there and show proof of my predictions because at that time I wrote a post and I said that, I see a lot of chemistry between them. Like it was just a lot of chemistry and I thought it was cute. It was real cute. But, later on, like after they had the baby, I started to feel something. Actually, it started when Rihanna got pregnant, and it could have been triggered by fear and ASAP, but I felt an energy of him like sabotaging because I felt like at that time he was losing his identity because now he is strongly associated with Rihanna. And I'm thinking that he's like a really prideful person. He's a person that he want to make his own mark. One thing I like about him is that he is not a gold digger. Um, and I don't think that he wants to use Rihanna in any way. He might even be the type that he refuse help from her. Um, and I understand that energy, but it also blocks the flow. Um, but now I'm kind of feeling like they could have had balanced that out. Um, but I'm just hoping that it's not out of fear. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna dig into it because I'm just really curious and whatnot. And I seen the baby. Yeah, the baby is really cute. I just knew that he was going, if it was a she or he, they was going to have Rihanna head. I just knew that forehead is a strong gene. But have y'all noticed, like, Rihanna really don't look like her mother and her dad, like at all. I mean, I guess in her dad, maybe a little bit, but when I seen her parents, I was just really shocked. Hold on, I'm gonna look that up real quick. Rihanna and her dad. Oh, okay. I see it. I see it. I see it. She do look like her daddy. Mm-hmm. He even got the forehead. Okay. I see it. Okay. So I'm also there is an age gap. How old is Rihanna? 34. Oh nah. They the same motherfucking age. That's crazy to me. He looks so young. You know what? I'm starting to really feel it. I'm starting to feel the love. And I'm getting a feeling like they coming into balance. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like they coming into balance and yeah. But I do think at some point it was kind of like, and I take back what I said about settling. I don't think that she's settling with ASAP. I think that he's a powerful spirit on his own, regardless if he make more money than her, regardless if he accumulate more fame, as long as he maintained that spark, that creativity that got him where he was at before he even met Rihanna. Um, then I don't feel like he's beneath her or above her. I feel like, you know, it's equal. And especially if he make her feel like secure. So, I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. So I don't know. I wonder how long they been fucking with each other because there was a time back in the day he grabbed her booty on stage. I think that they was messing around then. I think that maybe they was friends at that time. What was their relationship at that time? And then it was a rumor about ASAP cheating on Rihanna. I don't know. It might be some truth to that, but I really feel like it's out of his ego and fear. Like I just felt like at some point he started to sabotage the relationship. And, you know, I think he was at like a internal war. So yeah, I think it was a struggle at some point, but I'm just seeing him talking to her and what he's saying is real. Like what he's saying, the words he's speaking is from his heart and he's sincere about it. Like, and I think they balance it out. That's a beautiful thing. So at the time when they did that award show together, what was going on with them? Oh, that is so cute. That is so cute. They was fucking with each other heavy then, actually. Like they was feeling like they was soulmates. It was a lot of emotion there. I don't know if it was a relationship. I kind of feel like mm, at that time they was messing around. Oh no. I looked down and seen commitment. So ASAP and Rihanna been together much longer, much longer. And you know what? They are a good couple. Even if he cheated, they are divine counterparts and they are really good together. And I think that this is gonna work out for a long time. And I feel like it's genuine. And I feel like they are also mature, both of them, even if he cheated. Because, I mean, I believe that when he came back to her, he understood why he did certain actions and he knew how to work on it and fix it. Whatever he said, he convinced her that, you know, he was tripping at the time, and now he ready, like he let go of his fears. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. I'm gonna do a new series called Couple Alerts. This is gonna be the beginning right here. So I just talk about couples and stuff because I also want to do Regine and her dude. I like Regine. Ooh, chill. So I did do a Rihanna and Chris Brown one. I'm not sure if I asked about her personality. So I'm just gonna quickly, because I really don't be remembering my readings unless it's correlating to something I'm talking about or it just come up in my memory or something. But all right, can you tell me a little about Rihanna? Who is she at her core? At the core, dang, it came out fast. Ooh, the core of her. Who is she? Mm, hmm. Um, she really has oop, okay. Testing. She really has a powerful spirit, a warrior spirit. And I feel like she's the chosen one in her family and she doing a good job. And I do feel her heart. I feel like her heart is in the right place. And I know that they put you through a lot in the industry, like, and they make you sacrifice a lot in order to get ahead. And I do feel like she did what she had to. But I also get an energy that she was protected along the way. So some of the things that other people had to sacrifice, Rihanna didn't have to, but she did have to sacrifice some things. But she have a spirit around her. I think that, her family and stuff, they like into the occult mystic arts and everything. And I think that they provide some type of ancestry type protection around her. Um Shapeshifter. Okay, so I know that the screen, I have a video exporting in the background, and I know that when that happened, it kind of make the video quality worse. So I do apologize about that. Trying to do two things at once. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Rihanna really is a old, powerful ass soul. I'm even thinking that she is something like some type of form of deity or something. I want to. And what deity is she associated with or something like it? Something like it. Mm. It's actually associated with something kind of dark, something like oh shit, Lilith. Oh my goodness, that's funny as fuck. Cause I just flipped this over. I was just saying because this came out first, right? Cause I was thinking of shit like, you know, Hathor or some shit like that. But nah, that ain't even it. When you associate Rihanna, you associate her with beauty because she is very beautiful. And I don't think it's just the way that she look, even though she has a very attractive look or whatever, but it's something that's in her aura, like she radiate. Yeah, I was thinking Delph actually. That's what I was thinking when I was saying dark. But she radiates something in her aura that really make her really attracted, like make people attracted to her. But I feel like what she associated with, it's a very old name. Very ancient, but it's something that will correlate with all of these together. The energy that I'm getting, I was getting Delph, but it's not Delph, it's something else. If I find her name, I will let you know. But when I'm seeing it, but I'm seeing a really long word and it's not in English. But it's some type of deity or something like that. Something like that. I'm gonna have to look this up. This is a pretty intense card. But I was definitely feeling something like scorpionic, death and rebirth. I was really feeling that type of energy. And I feel like, Lilith came out to represent that, the name of who she is, like just like one of her past life. It could be associated with like a demon or something like that. This is a very powerful name, but I don't think that is very popular. That's the thing. Like you will have to do a bit of a research, and I think it's because it's beings coming down here that you cannot find them in like a history book that you could get in a library or something like that. You can't find them on Google. You just can't do that. But you might be able to find a name in the Vatican. You might be able to find a name in places in Africa. You might be able to find it. But there's some history that has been erased and kept secret to to people and everything. And yeah, so there's some very powerful beings that we don't know their name, but they do exist. And just them being here is really crazy, okay? Y'all don't understand. Like I talk about this little baby that I see all the time, and I'm telling you, actually I had a talk with his mom not too long ago, and she was like, he predicted something. Now he only like 2, 3 years old, and he was like, "Mom, Your sister want to talk to you. And she said it freaked her out because she just either had a conversation or she just had like a text message or something like that. So he was up there like predicting something. Like I'm telling you. And I sit down watch him. Sometimes he be having like whole little meetings with like people that you can't see. He be talking to them and stuff, but he be private about it. Like he a motherfucking general or something. Like he don't really want you to know what he up to. I remember one time I called him and I looked at him and he was talking and then he turned around to me and said, and he told me to turn around. He told me to turn around. And you know what I said? No. I'm like, no. And then he was like, he did his little angry face. And I was like, I don't care. But you know, he can dominate when he want to because he understand that it's only so much you could do to him. You could rebel against him. But I seen him that day that he was being mean to me. Like in a way, he was dominating me because, you know, I knew that I couldn't be mean to him in return because he a kid. But at this particular time, it really felt like you dealing with an adult, understanding the fact that you can't do certain things because they are in the kid body. I felt like he understood that. And I'm just up here observing, like, yo, this some crazy shit. So that's when I told him, look, you gotta respect me if you want me to respect you. And he understood that. All right, I'm done with this. Let's continue into her personality. Who she is at her core. Yeah, with this prostitute card coming up in reverse, is actually saying that places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. All right, this is really tap into Rihanna did have to do some things. She had to go through certain rituals. She had to do it. I mean, she didn't have to do it, but she chose to do it for a bigger picture. She had like a bigger picture in mind. So she actually very smart, you know, and she choose her battles wisely. Like there are a lot of things that she turned down and she said no to, and she had integrity about it. And I think that the things that she said yes to, she decided to do it because she felt like it was beneficial. Um, I think that she had guidance when interacting or doing these things. It was an understanding, like a deep understanding of, you know, knowing that this is just something that she have to do to get where she needed to go, because I think that it was important for Rihanna to be rich. And I think that certain spiritual teammates or whatever, um they wanted her to be in that position. She was chose to be in that position. So yeah, there's things that she had to sacrifice. But I think that at this point, she not ashamed of them. And there's a lot of things that now that she did in the past, she won't do them ever again. You know, she just felt like there were certain things in this industry that it was really either or, you know, it was really either or. Either you do this or you don't. And I think that, and this made her smart. Like, the stuff that she had to go through in the industry, it made Rihanna into a very, very wise person. Like, you be actually really touched to talk to her, to listen to her, to have private conversations with her, because I do feel like she's really private. But if you was to actually sit down and talk to her, her mind is very expansive. It's a really beautiful thing. And I think that's why her aura is so attractive, because she has substance. She has substance, she has soul, um, she has integrity. I really feel like Rihanna is a really good person. I think that she really do care about the people that she care about. I do think that she had to learn that some people you just can't trust, some people you just can't help. But she was prepared for this for many lifetimes, and she is doing the damn thing, you know. And I think that's why Rihanna seemingly kind of slowed down. Like, she haven't made music. I would love some Rihanna music, but I definitely will want her to want to make it, like do it when she feel good. But I think that it's because I feel like Rihanna is actually spiritual, and she was starting to put her spirituality above fame and everything. And that actually helped her to increase her wealth. If Rihanna didn't do that and she was still in that fear mentality while chasing fame, she would be somebody like Little Bow Wow. Like, just bitter as fuck, really struggling to gain money. But nah, at some point Rihanna, she got deeply spiritual, and she became very selective with what she contribute her energy to. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. But the thing is, like, if it was like a something come out that talk about her past, something that she had to do in the industry or whatever, um, she really wouldn't be phased by it. Like, Rihanna really have thick skin at this point because, you know, she went through a lot in the industry. So it created thick skin. Um, Also, she allowed herself to ascend. So yeah, I'm really happy for her. She doing a great job. Tell me more about her spiritual side. I'm so happy. I'm happy how this reading going. Look, told you the ancestor cards came out. I think that Rihanna, she might have like an altar or something like that, and I think that she give donations or she but she might be evolving past that because it is something past that I hope she not religious and spiritual, you know. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She a chosen one for real. She motherfucking is. She on that white boat. You will understand what I'm talking about if you go to, I don't know what I named that video. I think that maybe I named it the title of these cards or something. I don't know. I was reading these cards for like the first time and I did a video and I did a reading and I think it was called these cards are called Voodoo Tarot, I think. Okay, y'all. My bad. Mm. Yeah, it's something connecting her to nature. She do have a strong connection with nature, like being like one with it. Um, she really close to the ocean as well. I think that she would really resonate with your Maya, like strongly. She will really resonate with that energy. And if she is into her past lives, um, she might even feel like she incarnated as your Maya at one point. She might feel like that. Mm, or I'm hearing sister. I don't know. Maybe she don't feel like that. I'm starting to feel like she don't. I'm feeling like she resonate with it though. Um, because sometimes I have to, doing these readings, it helped me to put me in a perspective that not everybody think like me or connect with things like I connect with things and stuff like that. Um, People connect with things differently. Not to say that I'm projecting that onto her. Um, no, that was just my initial thought, but spirit is like correcting me and she might not um she might not know her spiritual identity. She might not even look at it in that way. She might not I'm feeling like she do believe in reincarnation, but there's a possibility that she don't. I'm just feeling like it's another way that she think about these things. It could be more in a religious like way. Mm, I just think that she don't restrict herself to it. But yeah, yeah, more water. I'm hearing mermaid as well. People might even feel like she is a mermaid or something. But and I think she really aware to how animals react to her. Communication with nature spirits. Yeah. And I think that's why she resonate with your Maya and I think that Rihanna actually study like she looked things up She got a really deep mind. Like she really is intelligent. Okay, we got the femme fatale, highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. I don't know. Like, I feel like this is talking about her aura again. I also feel like Rihanna has an energy. And when she direct it at you, if she direct her sexual energy at you, like she's interested in you, she really wants you and everything like that, I feel like it is healing. Not just healing, I think that it's extremely hard to resist. Like she really have a superpower when it comes to like her aura and what she could do with it. And I think that she's aware of it. Like, I think that she could use her aura to reach out to people, even like across seas, and make them like talk to her or something like that. And I don't think that this is like a energy manipulation thing. I think that like let's say that somebody in her family came up missing and nobody can find them and they're not answering their phone. Like I feel like she might even be able to astral project or something. I just feel like she has certain intuitive gifts where she could like reach out to that person energetically and make them like come to her or something. Yeah, something about the eyes as well. There is, yeah, she do give me kind of like siren type vibes because she could command you with her, like very, especially when you in her presence. And she don't use it all the time. Like there are times that you're around her and you won't feel her as strongly because she don't want you to. But when she wants you to feel her, like she know how to penetrate the environment with that. It's pretty interesting. You know, everybody got their own superpower and shit. Um, mm. People who can really see energy, if you like watch her perform, you might see her do that from time to time, almost like a sun and solar flares or something like that, and she could like release these solar flares and make the crowd react, but only when she's really like passionate though. She have to be genuinely into the moment to be able to do it properly, but she might be getting to a point that she could just do it at will. mm, for real. um I think it's so crazy that me and Rihanna is like the same age. She's just a year older than me. She do got a very mature energy, like, cause we the same age. She had to grow up really fast. She's really responsible as well. Rihanna is a very responsible person. She take care of a lot of people and she do it without complaint. She really do. It's certain things that she decided to not give a fuck about, but I do feel like the people that she do take care of is people who genuinely care about her. Um, yeah, sometimes she could deal with like jealousy. I do feel that. But I think that Rihanna found ways to work around the jealousy. She might even call it out and by calling it out, um, it kills that demon. But it's also something else she could do with her energy. Like, let's say she wanted to be petty, and she know that you have an attitude with her, but you ain't really telling her about it. You keeping it secret. You trying to be slick or whatever. And then when she get around you and you in her aura, she know how to energetically trigger you to get you to react. It almost like it's bringing those demons to the surface. So the demons will come up to the surface and reveal itself to her. And I don't know, Rihanna have a really deep understanding of this. And I think that she's even compassionate towards it. Hmm. I'm fucking with it. I'm up here just rubbing my legs, like I'm just chilling. Um, I'm fucking with it. She seemed like a pretty dope person. All right, so let's get into ASAP Rocky personality. I'm gonna put these cards, shuffle them in case they want to fall out for him too. Right. So who is ASAP at his core? That's way too many. I'm gonna take this one though. Yeah. Who is ASAP at his core? Hmm. He might got mama issues. He might have issues with his mama. ASAP Rocky and his mother. Mm, yeah. Okay, the reason I said that because that's usually when this card come out reverse. To me, that's what it's saying. Mother issues. Um, it really affects him though. Smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. Ooh, she might be even toxic. If she's living, she might even be toxic to this day. And if she's not living, she still hunts him. And, he have a lot of fears, not fears, he do deal with shame and guilt a lot. Um, because of his relationship with his mother. But I don't know that creates some of the most beautiful men. Like I don't like trauma. creates some of the most beautiful people. It really do. So I think that he actually very hard on himself. He might even have some toxic masculinity traits where he feel like, he have an ideal of what a man is, and he always trying to become that ideal instead of just being himself. But I feel like something about the relationship with Rihanna is helping him to be just who he is and not to like stress about things because he can stress a lot. I wonder what his zodiac sign. Rihanna is a Pisces, Aries moon. ASAP Rocky zodiac sign. No, that's not what I said. Libra child, Lord have mercy. Okay, so yeah, he might be very mental in his head a lot with that fucking air sign. Um, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Storyteller. Okay, so I think that he might even be a type of person that wear his heart on his sleeves because he know how to talk about his traumas, and that's what make him like a beautiful person. That would make him confident. That would make him mature. This dude is actually a man. I'm gonna just be real. I'm getting good vibes, yo. I'm getting good vibes. Um, he been through some shit, yeah. Like he been through some shit, and but he know how to deal with it, and he dealing with it in a mature way. And you know what? I think that he's a deep thinker. I'm think he the type of motherfucker who, he might listen to somebody like Bobby Hemmett or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. And he tried his best to be a good man, and he don't want to be trifling and stuff like that. But I do think that there has been moments where he kind of let his fear take over. But I feel like Rihanna has been very understanding, inner overstanding. She has been very overstanding of him. Like just because she know the industry too, and she know what the effects the industry has on people. But I think that she's really impressed with him because he know how to communicate. Like he's a good talker. Like he really know how to dissect things. He really intelligent. I think that a lot of people is impressed when they talk to him because he sounds very mature, but he do have like a lot of anxiety. Um, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, and the teacher card came out, and that's because when you talk to him, like when people talk, he has the type of energy. And this is like with close people. And I think that this is something Rihanna observe about him. And I think this is also what make her like love him because, he's one way in the media, like chill, lay back. keep it light, keep it cute. But with his close friends, people that he trusts, like his friends will come to him for advice and he will give good advice. And it's not from like a ego place, you know. And I think people learn a lot from him. Like they feel like he's a good listener and he give good advice. I feel like he a pretty good person. The athlete card came out reverse. Misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. I'm thinking this has to do with his public appearance. Like, one of the reasons why the industry is so torturous is because a lot of times the labels will force you into an identity. Oh Lord, let me get my words together. I did smoke a joint, y'all, so my bad. So yeah, and I think that he might be feeling the urge to evolve past that, whatever identity that made him hot in the first place. He just don't want to get stuck. He don't want to get stuck in that. And I think that that gives him anxiety. And I think it's something about that's cute because Rihanna, she's very secure, and I think that she like what she do, and I don't think that she mind sharing her money with him like at all. Like she won't feel um like it's a burden. She won't feel no type of way about it. And I also think that she would give him the space to be creatively free. Like he don't have to worry about, dang, this is pretty dope, yo. Oh my goodness. Like he don't have to worry about, you know, his next album flopping and shit like that because he wanted to do a new sound or something like that. Like knowing that Rihanna has his back ease his anxiety and make him feel more secure because I feel like she talked to him like, regardless, we gonna be okay. So just do you, do what comes from the heart. And I think that they have conversations like that. Mm-hmm. Pretty dope. I'm not going to even stick on this for too long. So, mm, let's let's see. Okay, let's get like, how do they feel about each other? All right, how do Rihanna feel about ASAP? How do Rihanna feel about ASAP? Mm, Okay. Oh, bruh. Okay, like there is some issues. It is. I think it has to do with maybe ASAP and his anxiety. Maybe she feeling like, she have to do a lot in order to keep him balanced. Um, I also think that they are in different places in their career. I feel like there's a feeling of like he might feel like she not understanding him completely because he just don't feel like he don't feel like he in the same position as her. So even though she's willing to support him, damn. Even though she's willing to support him, there's something like ever so often something get activated in him and he get triggered. And then he go back into his old fears, old patterns and shit like that because of his fears. And I think that when he come out of it, he's genuine. But he having a hard time breaking that cycle. And I think what is hard about it is ego, pretty much. I feel like he keep having thoughts like if he had more money or if he was more secure or if he was in a certain position that he would be happier. Because right now there are times that um because I don't think this is about her. I think this is about him. Like, why can't I be myself? I'm so unhappy. I should have spoken up. Yeah, I be feeling like ASAP, he get really maybe even depressed at times. And his fears and anxiety takes over. And yeah, then I just don't feel the same. I'm detached from my emotions right now. I'm feeling like sometimes that's what he would do. Like he become detached when he's going through like his depression, anxiety spells. Then we got the Queen of Cups because this is what Rihanna is in a relationship. I know my love is magnetic and abundant. I heal the hearts of others through my empathetic nature. And these are my cards, y'all. You could purchase them from the Make Player Card link in the description. And then under that came the memories of us make me smile. So mm, I think that sometimes ASAP sabotages the relationship because of his insecurities and she see his potential. That's why she keep taking him back or keep being understanding. This time I'm using understanding because that is what happening here. Like in some ways she is suppressing herself in order to make him happy. No, to make him not feel triggered. So now it's starting to feel like at times that she's walking on eggshells because every so often he get triggered and then he want to detach and then you know, she gotta wait until he get out of that, or she gotta help him to get out of that. And I feel like it has to do with his mama issues. So sometimes she feel like she has to be his mama. Oh my goodness. But when it's good, it's real good, you know? When it's good, it's real good. When the relationship is good. And you know, I also feel like she do trust him, but you know, it's deeper than like if he was to go out and cheat and stuff like that, because I'm feeling like Rihanna have like a different perspective of that, because she understand that when it comes to these rich men, women are constantly trying to tempt them. And when he at a moment where he feeling like insecure, like he ain't the man and shit like that, then you know that's exactly when these demons, these succubus women come along and be like, you know, I make you feel better. I make you feel like a man. And then, you know, his dumbass be open to it because, you know, it's not even, it's just the fact that he know that this woman is not on his level. So for a moment, him entertaining this woman make him feel like he's better than. And then he might even feel like, you know, this I should get with this because she don't trigger me. But see, after some time, it get frustrating dealing with a person that's not on your level, not even intellectually, don't make you feel the same as the person that you running from, as the person that you don't feel good enough for. So that shit get old, you know, because they just can't compete. But you trying to make them better than your actual like empress because you insecure. So you know he probably fall into that dumb shit, and I feel like Rihanna, like she have a understanding of it, but you know he could lose her, and I feel like Rihanna also understand that, like motherfucker, like I could move on. I don't even give a fuck if I had your baby, like you know I could move on, and he know that. So that's I feel like, oh man, I feel like the money make it hard just because of the relation. I feel like you could easily ascend out of this mental trap he put himself in. It's just that mm, it's something that he hasn't mastered. It's something that he's still working on, and hopefully he don't fuck up the relationship before figuring it out. Like what the fuck to do, you know? Because when it's good. She do see him as a king of pentacles. Like she don't see him just because he might not make as much money as her or he has as much fame as her, but she still see him like, you know, you a man. I think she respect the little things about him, like, you know, how generous he is. He's really mature for his age. In a lot of ways, he got his head on straight, you know? Like she see a lot of good things in him. It's just the fact that sometimes he don't see it in himself. Like he do have an issue with self-esteem at times. But hopefully he worked through it because I think he a dope ass person, and I think that Rihanna see that in him, but he need to see it in himself. Okay. How do ASAP feel about Rihanna? Already the fear is coming out. The fear is coming out. Oh, motherfucking radio. Oh, hell, motherfucking no. Motherfucking no. No, no, no. Oh my goodness gracious, yo, man, y'all really need to get it together. Get it together, man. Like, it's gonna be all right. Just allow your heart to be open. Allow yourself to love. All right, so the first card that came out is, what if I never find someone like them? What if I never find happiness? I'm afraid to let go. There's times that he feel like he can handle it. And then there's other times where he just, I'm hearing like he want to give up on a relationship because he feel like he don't have the confidence to continue to be in it. Cause at times he be feeling like Rihanna deserves something better. Like, he be tripping. He be tripping at times. And it's all, oh, it's heavy, yo. It's heavy. Like, look, I also got, when I feel emasculated, I become a tyrant. So when he feel emasculated, he go do dumb shit. I am willing to compromise. Why is everything delayed? I need to get back on track. This dude, like, he worry, 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 worry. Like, what the fuck is his moon sign, yo? He just be worrying all the damn time. Psh, he got a Cancer moon. Okay, so yeah, he just be worrying all the goddamn time. It, you know what? Mm-mm-mm. This relationship might, like, they might break up for a long time and then get back together. And then when they get back together, just maybe he could handle it. I think that he still has some maturing to do. He really having a hard time feeling secure. Like, he really struggling with that. And he keep setting goals for himself. Like, if I make more money, if I get into this position, um, I would feel like I'm man enough to be with her. Cause that's the issue. But see, him being in that energy is causing delays. He making it worse. And this is not all his fault because this is in the programming. Like, this is how they make you. And look what it does. It keep you away from experiencing true love, true commitment. It keeps you in a state of anxiety all the motherfucking time. Because I think that Rihanna, she don't mind. She's starting to let go of the programming. So she don't mind sharing her wealth with him so that it could create balance. But his ego is getting in the way. And I feel like it's starting to really weigh on Rihanna because she feel like let's say that she wanted to buy her a new car or something like that. And but she don't do it because she don't want to trigger him. Or he might ask her like what she want for Christmas. And it might be something that she could afford, but she know that it would be hard for him to afford. So she would ask for something less just to not trigger him. Like it's getting to be like that. And so I don't know. They might not make it, yo. If he can't get out of that. And I know, see, that's the curse of wealth, you know. I mean, that's the curse of being in this hell because all he really have to do is let go. And he could take this opportunity if he could get his mind right and get out of his fears and anxiety. I feel like he might be able to make like the best album he made in his whole motherfucking life. But because he's so worried all the time, he is causing delays. Like, yo, chill, chill, dude. Like, he desperate. All I need is an opportunity. I do whatever it takes to succeed, even hurting the people I care about. See, this energy is dangerous for Rihanna because I feel like this could really easy turn into resentment. And then he might turn into Rihanna enemy at that point. He might start competing with her. This shit could turn really toxic quick, but women that have a lot of money, this is something that they have to deal with because the programming is so deep. It's real deep. So the one good card that came out is the Chariot. But this is just pointing out the fact that, he is a go-getter. He worked really hard and he have an energy that he won't stop for nothing. But that become reckless. That become toxic. So, see, look, nothing will stop me. I'm focusing on my goal and going after what I want. Nothing will stop me. So yeah, ASAP actually, see, damn, disappointment. Motherfucking disappointment, y'all. Mm-mm-mm. So yeah, he right now he's sabotaging. He's sabotaging the relationship. And it's a cycle that they have been doing for a long time. And I'm thinking that Rihanna, she is about to get tired. And he will fucking lose her and somebody else will snatch her up. Like, but she already know, like, she don't even want what he so-called think that she deserve. She want him. But he not feeling good enough. He not feeling good enough because she already been with a billionaire and she didn't enjoy it. She didn't like it. Like when I tap into that energy, it feel gray, like just lifeless. But she feel life with him, and that's why she want to make it work. But he ruined this good thing. He about to ruin it. And I seen that energy all around him. And I was hoping to be wrong. And for a minute, I was like, damn, I was wrong. And I was smiling about it. But now I see that no, it's true. And I think it's something about having the baby is also triggering to him. So there's a high possibility that he will do something stupid like cheat because he trying to feel secure. Actually. Hey, like what do his what do he do when he get triggered? Like what do he do when he get triggered? He Yeah, I know what the Three of Cups is, especially when it's reversed. Yeah, I know. Look at this card right here. Relentless pursuit of money, financial problems, loss of values. You examine and change your goals in life, a new love or okay, whatever. Obstacles in the way, disappointment and setbacks. Yo, he on the verge. He on the verge because things is not going his way because he's so insecure. He have to work through that energetically. Uh, they might have to break up just so he could become enlightened. I think that right now, everything about Rihanna and the baby is very triggering to him. And it would actually be beneficial if next time he fuck up and he come back to Rihanna, she need to like cut the cord and tell him like, look, you need to kind of like focus on yourself or something or work on yourself. I don't even think that she should even give him an explanation or anything because he shouldn't be thinking that she waiting for him. And I don't think that she should wait for him. I think that she should live her life, and if it was meant to work out, it will. But, you know, she would need more than just his words. And she understand that when he do come back, he's genuine, he's sincere. Like when he come to his right mind, but then he get triggered again and he do this same dumb shit. Um, it's gonna get to a point that she gonna stop trusting him. And when that happen, when the trust is completely gone, um, she gonna be done with the relationship. And if that happened, that's probably when he will go through his spiritual awakening because I think that it will make him very depressed. But he could also go down the route of completely sabotaging everything. And he the type of personality, he in the danger of that. He might need to go somewhere, a healing journey or something like that, because I think that he need to face his mama issues. He really need to face his insecurities in a really deep way. So it's time for him to go onto a spiritual journey so that he could find what will really make him happy and he will stop chasing things and start to attract it, you know? Because also the Ten of Pentacles and the Page of Wands came out. But when this card came out, I'm hearing breadcrumbing. Like when he get triggered, he start to detach, and then he start breadcrumbing her. And they have really deep conversations about this, like they do. So there's a deep understanding of why he do the things he do, but at some point she just gonna get tired. She gonna get tired of being patient with him. I just think that he's intimidated. He intimidated by being in a relationship with her. And I think that it's a lot of factors. I think that it's also some agents in the industry that they purposely trigger him. But as you know, agents, they trigger you in a passive aggressive way. So it could look really innocent, but they know what they're doing. Like let's say that he's about to go to a interview or something like that, and somebody will come up to him and ask him like, "Hey, so how do you feel that Rihanna makes so much more money than you?" And then he might just like ignore it, right? And you know, this person could be pretending to be like paparazzi or something like that, or the media or something, but they not even really recording because their whole purpose is to come up to him and trigger him before his interview or something like that. So, um, that's why for a relationship to be successful, especially in this time, you do have to be spiritually aware. That's what's going to make the relationship solid. That's what's going to make the relationship powerful because nobody will be able to break it. And there will be so much security in yourself that, you could just be yourself in a relationship regardless and not have to worry about shit that ASAP is worrying about. Because if he go through a spiritual awakening, he would see what he worrying about now as ridiculous. Because it is. Because in reality, like he felt like that money belonged to Rihanna, but it's not even really belong to nobody, you know? It's just a material that they made us believe that it's important. So it's a means to an end. It's a means to access certain things. It's a tool. You shouldn't be identifying with it, you know? Like you should be secure enough that if Rihanna want to buy her something and that shit is $500,000, and let's say that that's all you got in your bank account is $500,000. I mean, you should be able to support that, you know? Like it shouldn't even be a issue, especially if it's not an issue with her. And then you could be creative with the way that you show her love. Like, maybe you won't be like that boring ass billionaire who take her out to Rio or some shit like that, and it's just boring and dry as hell and stuff like that. But you might want to take her to a little corner shop in the hood or something like that, and that will mean a lot more to her. Like she enjoy the restraints of you not having a whole lot of money, because maybe you could um teach her something about that. Like it's beauty in that. It's beauty in not having access to everything because then you have to find another way to enjoy life. See, people just be thinking about shit the wrong way, yo. Just get your mind right. All right, I'm tired of talking about this, y'all. I'm about to go. Stay blessed.